Hello, Serge here from the back tee. I recently had a lesson where I guess I had another revelation about some of the things that we can mentally get ourselves into that stop us from making good swings, especially accelerating swings through impact and hitting good golf shots, which is what we all want to do. I actually had a student reveal to me that he felt he was staying in a very even tempo because he was scared to hit a bad shot. And so he felt he had control of the club, swinging a little bit slower and more control from start to finish at the same speed, which would help him make a better contact and hit a straighter shot. But again, what's the fallacy with that thought? Well, first and foremost, if you're swinging too slow and you're creating a tighter grip and especially tighter forearm muscles, number one, that means if you tighten up too much, your muscles have been shortened, they're shrinking, and therefore they're tight and tense. And if they shrink and you don't let it release, meaning let your arms explode through impact to where he gets in a forward mid toe up, so that the muscles stretch out, which that stretching creates extension and speed, then therefore you're lacking that speed and you're going through even slower. And worst of all, if they're too tight, you won't get the release where after you square the club at impact into the forward catcher's mitt toe up. It'll tend to come through this way, and then eventually you try to stop the rights if you're a right-handed player by trying to pull your body out and up faster, which if you do all of that, then you can start thinning the ball and hitting pulls and hooks like crazy. And so you go from not swinging fast enough and releasing, hitting to the right, hitting balls out to the right, and number two, the correction is going to the left, and everything from chunks to tops and thin shots. Okay, so the key is you have to start with the proper grip, the grip pressure, so that you maintain. When you squeeze the clubs, you squeeze your fingers with an upward squeeze, and you only activate the forearm muscles to just below the elbow. All right, that's sort of like I use the example, like if I'm going to hit somebody like this, I'm not ever going to be so tight where I can't have that snap going through. All right, because it's all about that snap, crackle, pop, or as I call it, the big bang. All right, and so the other part is you have to stand there and know that you can make a good swing and that you can hit good golf shots, and you can't be scared to do that. I mean, I guess at some point we just got to suck it up that the only chance you have to hit a good swing is to have the confidence that you can do it and stand there throughout the swing and just think about, hey, I made a good practice swing, I locked the feel in, and now I'm going to feel that swing and I'm going to accept the consequences. You're going to find out that your consequences will be a lot less, and all the way to better to a lot less in terms of bad, meaning you're going to start having good misses instead of really bad misses. And what's the definition of a good miss? It's a ball that stays in play. Usually I always say thin to win, because thins go farther and straighter. They're the best misses you can have. But the key is that you can't hit good shots if you don't trust in it and let it happen. You have to, I guess for lack of a better term, suck it up and just say, I can do it. I have to do it. And I guess the greatest example would be is how can we all drive a car, especially in traffic on a two-lane road, where all you got is that one yellow line down the middle. If every time a car was coming, you started tightening up and panicking because you didn't want to hit that car coming at you the other way. So what do you do there? If you keep looking at that car worrying about it, you'll start drifting in there, because everything goes where we start to look, okay? Where our eyes drift, that's where we start to go. So what do? You just look forward. You look right in your lane, and you make sure that you steer yourself and keep your car right in that lane. Well, where's the lane? Right here. Here's what I call my aiming alley. Aiming line, toe line, okay? And so when I'm standing here, when I make a good swing, surge swing, and I take the club straight back in the catcher's mitt and up the tree, which is on the aiming line, and then I swing it straight back down, impact on the aiming line, into the forward catcher's mitt, which is just inside the aiming line, and up the tree, where are my arms and club basically swinging? They're swinging in between the aiming line and the toe line. I call that the aiming alley. If you swing your golf club, your hands and arms, in your aiming alley with the limited turn three-quarter swing, the ball will have a greater chance of staying in that aiming alley as long as you what? You really swing. You swing with that accelerating through impact swing. You trust it, you believe in it, and you have to let it happen. You just have to get in there and trust. You look down at that target, just like you're driving that car, looking down your side of the street, your lane of the street, and that's where you drive your car. Just look where you want your ball to go, and make sure your catcher's mitt and your catcher's mitt are on that line, and you swing through there. and you hit the ball, you'll have a much greater chance of hitting the ball there, hitting it solid, more straight. But you got to let it happen. You have to have the courage to do it. And the key is you might say, well, it might be tough. I'm hitting so many bad shots. Well, until you get the courage and the confidence to start doing it, and where does confidence come from? Success, starting to get more successes. But at some point in time, you have to let go. You have to make your good setup, make your good swing, and accept the consequences. And you're going to find out that it won't take long before your consequences start getting a lot better, because you're making good swings, accelerating through impact to a good tee finish, and staying inside your aiming alley just like you drive a car on your side of the street, and your ball will stay in there. And when that happens, you'll be hitting it more solid and straight, very likely longer, and because it's staying in play, you'll be shooting a lot of lower scores. So give yourself the chance. Have the courage, make those good swings, hit those good shots, and you'll be shooting lower scores. Well, that's it from The Surge for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.